In the heart of the shining kingdom of Norland, there lived a princess named Alia. She was admired not only for her beauty but also for her grace and wisdom. Every day, people from distant lands came to see her or hear her kind words. Yet, despite all the admiration, Princess Alia felt as if something important in her life was still missing. One quiet night, as the moonlight poured softly through her bedroom window, Alia drifted into a deep sleep. But this was no ordinary sleep, it carried her into a strange and vivid dream. She found herself standing in a fog-covered forest. The trees whispered her name, and the wind felt heavy with mystery. Suddenly, a shadowy figure stepped forward from behind a tree. It was a young man, but his appearance was unusual. One half of his face looked human, noble and kind, while the other half was covered in thick fur, like a beast. His eyes glowed with sorrow, yet there was something familiar in them, as if her heart already knew him. He looked directly at her and said in a deep, haunting voice, "I am the one chosen for you. I am your future groom. You must find me, before it's too late." Just as she was about to speak, lightning flashed, and the dream shattered like broken glass. Alia woke up suddenly, breathing heavily. Her room was silent, but her heart was pounding. She knew, without a doubt, that the dream wasn't just a fantasy, it was a message. She rushed to her parents, the king and queen, and told them everything. The royal advisors, astrologers, and dream readers were summoned immediately. They listened carefully, studied the signs, and finally declared, "This is no ordinary dream. It is a call from fate. The princess's destiny is tied to this mysterious groom." Everyone in the palace was confused and anxious. Who was this strange man? Was he real, or just a vision? But Alia, she wasn't afraid. Something deep inside her whispered. From the moment the royal advisors confirmed her dream was a sign of destiny, Princess Alia could no longer rest. She felt a strange pull in her heart, as if someone out there was truly waiting for her. One morning, before the sun had fully risen, she made a bold decision. She would not wait for fate to come to her. She would go out into the world and find this strange groom herself. Disguised in simple traveler's clothes, with a light veil over her face and a cloak to hide her identity, Alia left the palace accompanied only by 2 loyal guards. She didn't tell anyone except her parents, who reluctantly allowed her to go after much pleading. They gave her their blessings, and the royal amulet for protection. Days turned into weeks as Alia's journey led her across valleys, over rivers, and through thick, whispering forests. She met many people along the way, kings' sons who tried to win her heart, strange old men who claimed to know her future, and magicians who offered her power in exchange for secrets. But none of them matched the mysterious face she saw in her dream. One night, she stayed in a small village where an old woman told her a tale of a cursed prince who lived deep in the whispering woods, near a silent lake that no one dared approach. "Some say he's a monster," the woman whispered, "others say he's waiting for someone brave enough to see beyond his curse." Alia's heart raced. That night, under the stars, she felt that same strange pull again. It was as if the wind itself was calling her name, guiding her. The next day, she and her guards made their way into the dense forest. The deeper they went, the quieter the world became. Birds stopped singing, leaves barely moved, and time felt slower. At the center of the woods, they reached the edge of a clear, still lake. Mist floated over the surface like silk. And there, standing alone by the water, was a man. He wore a dark cloak, and half of his face was covered by an ornate mask, just like in her dream. Princess Alia's heart nearly stopped. Every part of her being told her, "This is him." She took a step forward, her voice calm but curious. "Are you the one I've been searching for?" The man turned slowly, his eyes meeting hers. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then, with a quiet nod, he replied. The moment their eyes met, the forest seemed to hold its breath. The man slowly removed his mask, revealing the same half-beast face that Alia had seen in her dream. But now, standing before him, she felt no fear, only a deep sense of connection, as though she had known him all her life. He spoke with a quiet, almost broken voice. "I am Prince Zane, once the heir to a distant kingdom. But a long time ago, a dark sorceress cursed me for refusing her hand in marriage. She twisted my face and banished me to live in this forest, where no one would ever love me again." Her curse can only be broken by someone who sees me, not as a monster, but as I truly am. Alia listened carefully, her heart aching with every word he said. Despite his beastly appearance, there was kindness in his eyes and sadness that no spell could hide. She stepped closer, gently holding his hand. Your face may be cursed, but your soul is noble. I see you, and I choose you. Not because of a dream, but because my heart says you're the one. As soon as those words left her lips, a sudden wind swept through the forest. Light burst from the royal amulet around her neck, wrapping them both in a golden glow. The ground trembled slightly, and the trees swayed as if celebrating. Before her eyes, the curse began to break. The beastly features on Zayn's face melted away, replaced by the handsome face of a true prince. His eyes filled with tears, not of pain, but of joy. He looked at her, now fully human once again. You did what no one else could. You saw me, not for how I looked, but for who I was inside. With tears in her own eyes, Alia smiled. Love sees what the eyes cannot. The guards, who had been watching in awe, dropped to their knees, knowing they had witnessed a miracle. The forest came alive again. Birds chirped, flowers bloomed, and the lake sparkled under the sunlight that broke through the clouds for the first time in years. Princess Alia and Prince Zayn returned to Norland, hand in hand. The entire kingdom rejoiced. The king and queen embraced Zayn like a son, and the two were married in a celebration that lasted for days. Their story became legend, not because of magic or royalty, but because it reminded everyone that true love is not found in appearances, but in the courage to see with the heart.